everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dana, aka Blondie Knots here on YouTube, and if you're not new here, welcome back, my friend. So today we are doing one of my favorite types of videos, which is basically just a seasonal pattern roundup, if you will. I basically just get all of my favorite patterns for that season or upcoming season together, and I like to share them with you so we can bounce some inspiration off of each other. Maybe I can show you some things you haven't seen before, or you can tell me about some things to look up, and we just have a really nice time hanging out together and looking through some patterns of things we wish we could crochet if we had all the time in the world. Hopefully I'll be able to show you maybe one or two things you can make this season. That's always my goals while putting these boards together, is finding at least one piece I know I'll be able to make before something else comes along and, you know, steals my attention, if you will. I'm also wearing one of my newest pieces. I've been showing you guys the progress of this in my vlogs as we've been going along, but I unexpectedly finished it last night, so I figure what better time to debut it than today. So I am wearing it. I'm super happy with it. It came out a lot better than I actually expected once all my twists and turns came to fruition. And if you're more interested in it, I will link it down below. Of course, this is the Lacy Lou pattern, and it'll be down in the description box where all of the other patterns I talk about today will be listed. They are in a Canva doc and they will be in order of how we talk about them. So if you're interested in learning more about a certain pattern we touch on today, feel free to click that link in the description box and it'll take you to that page where you can find the link to either the free pattern or paid for, whichever one it might be. So just wanted to mention that and get that out of the way. But other than that, I think we are ready to hop right into today's video. Like I said, I love sharing these with you. All my ideas are coming from my Pinterest board. So if you're interested in following me over on Pinterest, I'm also Blondie Knots over there. And you can follow all the boards. I update them through the season, bring more ideas in, and I order them in kind of like pants, shirts, accessories, things like that. So it makes the board a little bit easier to navigate. But anyway, with all that out of the way, let's just jump right into the video. I will have my phone out today so I can discuss patterns with you, so please don't mind me, but I will be kind of referring it back and forth to the phone to make sure I'm on the right track with what I want to talk to you about. But I think we should start off with probably the smaller things and we'll get into the larger, more fun pieces. But let's start with accessories and then just build our way up from there. So for accessories for this kind of spring, and I guess we'll say like early summer vibe, I really like flowers. I like fish this year, and kind of in the more like nautical theme, which is not usually something I find a lot of interest in, but I guess this year it's been piquing my interest for whatever reason. So I do have some more like nautical style themed stuff, which you will see as we talk through these patterns. But first, let's go over a couple bags I found really cute and unique for this season. So the first one I found, which is something I've never seen before, this was really cool, and this is called the Grandma's Quilt Tote. Very unique looking. I love all the different colors. I love how much it actually looks like a quilt. It really kind of makes my eyes do like a second take because my brain can't process that it's crocheting and not quilting. But if you love both hobbies of crochet and quilting, or you like crochet and you can't quilt, whatever the case might be, you might love this bag. It is so fun. There's been so many different versions made. People have gotten really creative with it. Personally, for me, I like the classic one that the pattern designer made for the pattern test. I think it looks really nice, very colorful, bright, cheery, and those are all my favorite things for, you know, the warmer months of the year. I love a larger tote bag. I think it's nice to throw a couple things in, and then if you line this would be a really nice sturdy bag that you could use all season and then save for next season and all that good stuff. So I did want to start off strong with that because I just, like I said, I have not seen something like that before, and I found it to be really unique. Another pattern that I think is so fun, and every year I think about making one of these and I just haven't yet, but it is this free pattern, which is great, and it's this puff flower bag. I make a lot of these puff flowers, whether they be for my claw clips or for, you know, any other little DIY project I have done with them, earrings, mirrors, whatever, and I have never made them into a garment or into a accessory, and these purses are just so cute. I really love the tones of the ones in the pattern picture, especially like this pink, purple, and blue one. I think that's super fun. This would be a great like going out bag, something like that, and really show-stopping. So I did want to throw that on here. It looks like a smaller sized bag as well, so you could probably probably get through it a little bit quicker and not be too overwhelmed by it, where maybe like the quilt bag would take you quite a bit longer than this one. So this is a really cute bag. These flowers work up so fast, and so I think this would be a really great idea. Another flower bag I found that I thought was very, very unique. I've seen this on Instagram a couple times, but I finally just came across the pattern, and it is this pansy tote bag. This one says mini with it, which I'm not sure what the difference might be, but this is a picture of it right here. I find this bag to be so stunning. I think the designer did a really fantastic job designing this. This is like screaming spring to me. I wish I was going on some kind of like tropical vacation. I feel like I would take this with me on that. I don't know, I love this. I saw a couple people make them in some other colors, and people have really done a lot of fun stuff with this bag. She has a couple other different designs too, if I'm not mistaken, which I will link those too if they are available. I'm just kind of remembering off the top of my head, but if there are some other ones, I will link them too. This designer is super creative. I think she is really amazing at creating these very like organic looking shapes and making a bag look like a real flower that you're holding, which is so, so cool. So I was definitely very inspired by that flower bag. And then very randomly, I also liked this little seashell, what is this called? Basket holder, hook holder, whatever. I think this person just has like toiletry stuff in it, but this would be really cute to put some like faux flowers in, or if you live in a more like beachside state, this would just be a cute piece of decor in your room, in your house somewhere or another. So I did want to put this on here really quick. I thought that would be fun. This in the Bernat Makers yarn, which I don't know where you'll be able to find that now that we don't have Joann's, but I think that would be a really fantastic yarn to use for this, especially maybe if you'll put it outside or going to have some type of like floral arrangement in it or something. I think that would be a really good yarn to use when making this. Anyway, a little off topic, but just thinking about yarns to use with these patterns as well. I have seen these a lot of different places, a lot of different shell patterns, but this is the one I just thought was extra cute, and so I did save it. But like I said, I'm surprised to find myself liking these more like coastal vibe items. I usually don't like that style of decor, so that just kind of stood out to me and I wanted to share it with you guys. Another one is just this really cute foldable turtle bag. This is a really adorable little crochet pattern that you can just make a reusable bag, throw it in your purse, and be on your merry way. It also is this cute little turtle in the end, so kind of a nice little double whammy there. Maybe if you have some like spring summer markets, this would be a great item to market prep for that. I don't know how long it would take you, so do, you know, be cautious about that, but this is a really fun, unique bag and kind of serves as like a multi-purpose where you get a cute amigurumi, but you also get a nice reusable bag to bring to Trader Joe's or wherever you're headed out for the day. Then we have a couple other like odds and ends little things. So I do have these really cute crochet fish pot holders. Love all of my crochet pot holders. They're the only ones I use now, and they just hold up so, so well. Also my dishcloths too, but more specifically my pot holders. I love having handmade pot holders, and I saw these and I just thought I need to make one of these immediately. I love all the color combos in these, and I just think they look super, super fun. This is a paid for pattern, but it looks like it also comes with a video tutorial, so I'm not sure, I haven't checked into it too much, but these just look really stinking cute and also very useful. So if you're looking for a fun little, you know, spring summery touch in your kitchen, I think this would be a great place to start for that. So I did save that. And then also on the same fish theme, I also found this, oh, it's actually a mermaid tail. I thought it was a fish tail, but it's a mermaid tail bandana, which is again something I have not seen before and thought was really cute and fun and unique. It's a nice way to throw like a little whimsical touch into your outfit without feeling maybe like out of your comfort zone or something. So I did want to save that because I thought it was really unique, very fun, and also very whimsy, which kind of like ticks all my boxes if I'm being honest. So this was a really cute one. Now moving on to some other things here, I thought we could go over some skirt and pant patterns that I found that look really fun. I have never personally made a pair of pants or a skirt, actually, come to think of it. When it comes to crochet, I have made one pair of shorts. I did really like them. However, I have not ever remade a pair of shorts, pants, like I said, whatever. I would love to try. I just think I always get overwhelmed because I think about how long you have to make pants, and it just seems like a really long project to me that I don't know that I have the patience for or would really realistically finish. So I've just never gotten around to it. However, I would like to, and if I was to give some pants a go, this is the one I think I would do. So I found these super, super cute pants. They kind of actually really remind me of the detailing on my cardigan I'm wearing. It kind of gives the same idea. I love that they're just all brown. I think that's a really great idea. I have no idea what this person used to make these. However, I think you'd probably be best using like a cotton yarn for this versus an acrylic. When I did make my little shorts, I did make them in an acrylic yarn and they don't wash too well, so just be cautious of that. But I do think if you used a cotton yarn, this would not be too hot for the spring and summer months, and also just look really cute, very fun, effortless look. So I did save these. It's also saying it's a free pattern, which I actually don't know if it is or not. I will link whatever I can find, but I did think it was super cute and I wanted to share that one with you. Other than that, these other pants I found are just a inspo picture. I didn't find a pattern for them. It looks like just some kind of company sells like a crochet looking version of pants that are like this, but they are these pants and I love that they're black with these like pops of color on them. They are super cute and I did want to show you just for some other like inspirational ideas. I found these to be really, really fun and definitely something I would love to have if I could find the time to make it. But anyways, just wanted to mention those. And lastly, I found two of these really fun long skirt patterns. I'll put them both up here. This first one though is called the Sunrise skirt. I actually think I'm gonna click on this really quick because I think this is the same designer that made the cardigan I'm wearing. No, it's actually not. Interesting. It kind of gives that girl's vibe, so I was just checking, but this is a really fun looking skirt. I love the giant slit in it. I think that helps with one, breathability, two, it'd probably work up a little bit faster, maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, I just love this. I think it's stunning. I like the way the girl has styled it in the photos here. Really, really cute. I also just like that it's white. I think it's very simple and it's just a fun look. It's a really cute, fun look. And then the other skirt I found I really liked. This one is more of like a floral pattern, it looks like. I don't know, I've never made something like this before where it is almost like you make a picture out of the mesh design, which I can't think of what that might be called. However, I do think it looks really, really cool. It looks like an expensive designer product. I think that you would find on like, you know, some very bougie website. I think it's giving that look. I also like how she just has a t-shirt on with it. I think that's really fun. And she does actually have some photos of it like dressed up and dressed down. Also looks like there's a matching tank top for it. So a lot of fun avenues you can take with this. And lastly, I did have one little mini skirt I thought I'd share with you. I love the colors of this one, but specifically what caught my eye with this mini skirt is the buttons. I really love the use of the buttons down the side of the hip. I think it's a really nice way to accentuate your silhouette. I love the color combo that the designer chose for this piece, and I haven't seen someone, you know, put buttons down the side of the hip like that. I really, really love that touch, and like I said, that's kind of what drew me in on the piece. So did want to share that. But I think as far as honestly pants and skirts, that's all I really have. I was trying to be very selective with the ones I do pick because sometimes I just put so many and then it's just too much and you're looking at too many things. So sometimes I think it's more digestible to look at, you know, a couple simple color palettes and silhouettes and just choose from there. So I did try to keep that section a little bit more tamed, but those were, yeah, just the ones that really caught my eye. And next I do have one dress. I thought this dress was so cute. It kind of gives like little baby doll dress, but also kind of a 70s vibe because this flower looks very 70s to me. I also think you could make this look very like Lilo from Lilo and Stitch if you use a red and cream color, so that's really fun too. But this little dress is so cute. Personally, I would never wear it. This doesn't like suit my style. However, I know so many people that would look so cute in this with like little ruffle white sock and some Mary Janes or something. I think this would look really, really adorable on a lot of people. And just again, another fun pattern. I love how the one girl has it styled with a turtleneck under it, so you could wear it maybe more in the evening if it's still like a little bit cooler by you in the springtime, but very, very fun, and wanted to share that one with you too. So next section is going to be tops, of course. The first top I had in mind, and I actually found two kind of different versions of it, but it was all based around tulips. I love tulips, especially in the spring. I think a lot of people do. We have a really lovely tulip festival out here in Virginia that I always go to this time of year, and so I just generally really associate tulips and spring and Easter all into kind of the same category now. But the first tulip top I found found is actually a corset tulip top, which I think is very, very cool. I love a corset top. I have made one that I freehanded. I would love to try my hand at that again, another version of it, but I love having, you know, ribbons incorporated and stuff like that. So I think this pattern you could really take a lot of different directions depending on your, you know, creativity and whatnot, but it was a really beautiful top. I think it's very complimentary on every single body type that is wearing it in these photos. Everyone did really different, unique color combinations. I think that was really a fun touch. And overall, it's just a really whimsy piece. If you like fairy core or you like cottage core, stuff like that, I think this pattern would be directly up your alley. It's so, so cute. And the corset lacing is in the back, so you just have this simple like crisscross back, and then all of the show-stopping elements to it are in the front, which is just really, really fun. And overall, a super unique piece, which is kind of, in case you haven't noticed, the theme of my spring haul. I love unique and whimsy, just whatever I can find in that category, I'm all ears for it. And so the other tulip type of pattern I found for this season is actually, all I could find was a tulip blanket flower like in the row pattern. I will try to find some other ones and link them or throw pictures of them on the screen right now, but I did at least find this. It is a free pattern if you use this, but you could at least learn the tulip stitch off of this pattern, and then you could kind of take it in whatever direction you want. So whether that be a bag, like I saw this person did a bag with it, a tote bag, I think that was a really good idea. And then a couple little like shirt or vest options. Both of these are really, really fun and unique. Personally, I love the blue tulip heads with this cream color, and then of course the stems in green. I think this is a really nice, more subtle color palette. If you're not into, you know, as much loud colors as like maybe your traditional, you would think of tulips as like red, pink, stuff like that. The blue is really nice and subtle. And then this top is cute with the purple. I love it. If you're more into this baby doll type of top, I think you would really get a kick out of this. I love the scallop edging around the bust. I love the bow. I think it adds like really nice little feminine touch. There's a lot of texture in this piece. So overall, amazingly constructed, and I love the ruffly sleeves. I think a lot of people would look so, so darling in this. So of course I had to share that one with you guys. And then I also found someone made a tulip scarf, which is also super cute, especially if, you know, maybe you have a cooler day in the spring, or if you just want to wear like a nice accent scarf. I think this is a great option for you as well. It looks like they use some type of like a fuzzy yarn incorporated in their mixture here, and I think it added like that extra little fun touch. Not that this piece really needed it. You could also make this with not a fuzzy yarn if you don't like that so close to your skin, but a good stash busting project nonetheless. So that was just a really cute, fun one I wanted to throw in the mix. And then we venture into some crazier tops that I found for this season. I did find probably some of the coolest tops I've ever seen. I can't imagine that this is going to be something that is easy or quick to crochet, but certainly a showstopper. And it is this, which let me see if I can get the name of the pattern here. No, it just really says summer top, beach cover up, and that's about it. It doesn't have a true name to it, but it's this very like ocean themed cover up. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I know this kind of like leans into summer a little more, but when I found it, I just had to share it with you immediately. So this is so, so cool. The way these girls have it styled with their bikini and jean shorts on is really cool. You could make this top longer and wear it as more like a shirt, or if you're really crazy, you could make it extra long and make it like a beach cover up dress. That would be insanely stunning. I can just tell the designer put a lot of thought into this pattern, and so I really appreciate that, and I find it extremely inspiring. So this is such a fun pattern, probably my favorite of the bunch today, but I did want to share that with you. And then I kind of found like a flower version of that, so this could be a little bit easier because, you know, I think it's a little more repetitive in that sense, but it is this really cute crochet top. It's just called Flower Crochet Top. I think this is just a YouTube tutorial if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at it really quick. Yeah, it looks like it's just a tutorial, so this is really, really fun. I've seen a lot of different versions of these flower tops. I've never made one myself, but again, I really love this. I especially love all the color combinations. You could really get through quite a few yarns in your stash with this and have a really amazing piece at the end. And then again, kind of in that same category of sheerness and flowers and all that stuff is this pattern. I've talked about this pattern before. I still haven't made it, but I did just buy it actually. So now it's officially kind of in line to be made. And I think when I get around to making this, I will love it. I have the yarn for it aside. It's actually right here. I stare at it every single day and I think about this pattern. So this has been a long time coming for me, but I did just purchase this one and I think it's so freaking cool. It's so stunning. I don't know how it's put together yet, so I'm really interested to learn a little bit more about that. So hopefully you'll see this, you know, on my videos or on my Instagram here in the next couple months. Fingers crossed, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I love the color combo the designer used for this one. You could really take this again in any direction you want. This one is super size inclusive. It looks like it's extra small to a 4X. It's also marked as an easy pattern. I'm not sure what the other patterns I have listed are as far as size and difficulty level, but this one just has it like as I'm scrolling through the pictures. So that's always nice to see. If you're more of a beginner and you want something that looks pretty intricate, this might be a good pattern for you. So I will of course put that one in the docs, but yeah, that is one I have just personally recently purchased and am extremely excited about. There is also of course a lot of really good free patterns here on YouTube. You can always check out those for spring and summer months. You don't always have to buy a pattern. So definitely don't forget to check the YouTube search bar for any patterns you might be interested in learning more about, especially if you're more of a visual learner, and especially in the beginning, it's just a lot easier to see what someone is doing. So don't forget to look things up just for free as well. A little tangent, but I did want to mention that there are always plenty of free patterns you can check out as well. So don't forget that. But as far as that flower top I just showed you, sorry about the tangent, I'm going back to that other one right now though. This flower top, I did also find like a long sleeve version of that and I thought this was super cool. I love the color combination here and I just think this has a really, really fun look. I do think it would be tedious, but I do think it would also be worth it. So there is that for you. And then a couple other little things just for inspirational sake that I want to mention. I loved seeing a lot of beads and buttons used for this season. So like this top right here, how they have these little beads hanging off the bottom of it. I think this is awesome. I couldn't find a pattern for this, I don't think. I'll do a little more searching and try to link one for you if I can find it or something similar. But I do love this. I have done this with a couple bucket hats and a top or two maybe. I incorporated some seashells into it and I thought it was so fun. It's nice to change up what you crochet with, adding things in, making it even more unique and just having fun with it. Step a little bit out of your comfort zone. It's always rewarding in the end. So I did see this, and while this is really simple, just to add the beads to the bottom, it gives this top an entirely different look and I really appreciate that design choice. I also loved this top, how it's more of like a meshy see-through top with the turtleneck and then the side buttons on this one. I just am obsessed with buttons. I also love the button choice for this piece with the lime green. I think these two marry together really, really nicely. So I think whoever made this did a really nice job on that. Again, not a pattern I could find, but just an inspirational point for you. You can add buttons and beads and coins and whatever you want to any piece and make it your own. So I just like to pull ideas from all types of places and then incorporate them wherever I see fit. So last one to show you is this one. This is listed as a body chain that you can buy on a website, but again, I just wanted to show you more of incorporating some beads, and this one does look like it has some shells and like coins and chains and crazy things like that too. So super, super cool. Another really fun top I found were these see-through tops. These are so cool and so cute. I'm trying to see again if there is a name for them. I'm not seeing one right away. Oh, this is called the Betsy top. Okay, so this just released, let's see, in January. So it's a newer pattern, which is fun. I love the way the shoulders are cut. They're like that little cap shoulder sleeve, and I love the open neckline. It looks like it would be a really nice fitting top, and I love them both in just black and this maroon color. I think it looks really, really nice, but I did want to mention those because this would be really cute again with a tank top under it or cute bralette, whatever you want to wear. I just love the meshy open tops for this year. It's like the less yarn, the better I like it. I don't know what this is all about. And then one more, just as far as inspiration is concerned, I found this amazing set that someone made, and I don't know if I could tell you who designed it because I'm not seeing a designer's name on here. It might even be AI. It's so hard to tell anymore. However, I do think I've seen someone on Instagram post in an outfit that looks very similar to this because it does kind of look like that purse I shared with you earlier. It's giving that same vibe, but just obviously in an outfit form. So this is super cool. I will try to find a pattern or something similar to it to link it just in case this is an AI photo. Just an inspiration, something to kind of work off of and look at. It's cool to go outside of like that basic structural shape as far as clothing goes and get some of those like 3D looking leaves on it and stuff. I think that's a really cool idea, and I love the pink on pink tone. I think that's really fun. Okay, and lastly, this little category of garment for me is so out of my typical comfort zone, but hear me out because I think these could be really, really cute, especially styled correctly this season, but they're ponchos. I know, I haven't worn a poncho since probably like the 4th grade, but ponchos seem to be making kind of like a comeback. They seem to be very trendy lately, and I really just have enjoyed seeing them. I think they're really cute, and I love them, especially with like a mini jean skirt and boots. Something about that is so adorable, and I've just seen so many really pretty versions of them. I also just recently knit my first shawl, and throwing it over my shoulders, I was like, you know what? I think I understand it. Like, I think I get why people make these, because it's just like a nice little extra thing to have with you. Sometimes you just need your shoulders covered and you just need something easy, or you want to make an easier project with like maybe just one skein of really nice yarn and then find something useful to make of it. So I think a poncho or a shawl would be a really amazing choice. However, these are all ponchos I'm going to be sharing with you. Most of them are just extremely lacy. I do have this one poncho that is a granny stitch style poncho. This one I love because I especially love her color choices. When I saw this on Instagram for the first time, I was like blown away with how she was able to make these colors all work together so well. That in itself is such a skill. It's not a skill I usually possess. I overthink colors way too much, but the way she did this looks so beautiful. I think this is also a free pattern, so you know, feel free to check this one out. And you could definitely get away with using up some old scrap yarn for this one, so I loved that. But a lot of these other ones are just super lacy, see-through. They'd be easy to just throw on over really anything. So I have quite a few of those listed for you that you can check out. This one that I'm going to show you here does not have a pattern for it. Again, I think it's just some website, you know, made a crochet item and is selling it for $20. But I love the color combos here. I love this blue with the brown especially. I think it looks really nice. But yeah, all of these are so fun. I've also seen people using novelty yarns to make them, and I think that looks really cool too. So great use of some maybe fibers you're not typically used to working with. So those are all of the patterns I have to share with you guys today. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. I hope I was able to give you some inspiration this week for some spring patterns, especially maybe if you're in like a little bit of a rut on what to make lately. Also, this designer, I think her name is pronounced Jewel or something along those lines. She has a lot of other beautiful patterns too. So while I will link the Lacy Lou pattern, feel free of course to take a look at her other Etsy patterns. She has a lot of really cool, unique designs, and a lot of them kind of give a similar vibe to this. They're also extremely customizable as you start working them, so you can make them as long sleeve, as short sleeve, as long, short as you want them, whatever the case may be. If you are here because I was announcing the community project winners, thank you for sticking around, and thank you for being subscribed and being part of my community. I will post the 12 winners on the screen, and I will also post them in the description box. You will start getting emails from me starting today, so look out on your email box for an email from me. Please be extra careful and make sure it is from me. My email address is just Blondie Knots. There's no special characters or underscores to it. I unfortunately had a lot of you who got a bogus email or a bogus message on your comment that you won a bag, and I haven't even chose winners yet as I'm filming this right now. So that's a little bit discouraging, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do about that. I will also go post it in the community tab, and just be extra careful out there, guys, because people are not very nice sometimes, unfortunately. Other than that, if you are new here, thank you so much for sticking around to this part of the video, and please subscribe before you leave here today. I post new videos every Monday, occasionally on Thursdays. They're always crochet or knit related, and I'd love to have you here if you'd love to be a part of my community. Make sure you give the video a like if you found something inspiring to work up this spring or summer season, and share this with your other crochet friends who might need some garment inspo as well. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for letting me take up a little bit of your time here on the internet today. Stay safe out there, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye!